Hello, vinyl community. This is Randy. On Tuesday evening, I received an email from DeadNet telling me that they were releasing 22769 on vinyl that day. Actually, I got that email at about 8:30 at night, so it was a little bit late to be getting it that day. I'm not sure why they didn't tell me a little bit earlier, but anyway, I texted Luna Records that evening to ask if they had a copy, and to ask them to hold on to it for me if they had one. It was a limited edition copy of 22769. Only 9,000 were going to be available, so she actually answered me that night, said she did have one and would hold on to it for me, so it was great. I went by yesterday and picked it up. I know that Vinyl 79 recently went to a record store up there in Canada where the guy who was running the store told him, we're basically open 24 hours a day, call us anytime and we'll come around here and open up for you. Well, Brenna didn't offer to come down and open the store for me, but she did text me back that night, which I thought was pretty cool, so I could rest easy knowing I had a copy of that record waiting for me. This record is extremely popular. It's from the Fillmore West run from February and March of 1969. The Grateful Dead released this box set of those 4 shows in 2005. This was a limited edition box set. There were only 10,000 copies of this made, and a lot of people really wanted to see them reissue it in some other format. It was 4 shows, and it came in 4 CD slipcases. They're all exactly the same, except for the colors. So there is the 27th. There is the 28th, which is kind of green. It's kind of hard to tell. March 1st and March 2nd. So they finally did get around to releasing in a different format. They released on vinyl for Record Store Day last year this 4-record box set. You can see that the artwork on it and everything is pretty much like that slipcase that I just showed you, including the color is the same. One reason that this is such a popular box set is that from those 4 nights of recordings, the Grateful Dead took the songs that made up the Live Dead album, which was released, I believe, in maybe like December of '69. So they took the songs from this album from those 4 nights. Many people call this the best live album ever, and I like it a lot. So then I got the text that they were releasing this one. So I went down there and picked it up. Oh, you can see that this one is green, like the slipcase was. So I assume that in the next couple of years they'll be releasing March 1st and March 2nd, so that you'll have that whole box set together too. I listened to this yesterday, and it sounds just fantastic. It's a 5-record set, and it really is the Grateful Dead at their peak in 1969. So it has all the great jam songs on it. Side 4 is That's It for the Other One. Side 5 is Dark Star, 20 minutes long. 20 minutes long for the other one. Alligator is down here. It's only 3 minutes and 40 seconds long, but then there's a long side 8 is all jam, and then Caution is on side 9. So all the great jam songs, and they are all done just beautifully, really good. There's 5 minutes of feedback, which sounds fantastic, and then We Bid You Good Night. So this is just so awesome, and I was just really happy to be able to get that. Like I say, there really isn't anything with these box sets except for this. It's really just like a 2-page insert. So the one from February 27 came with the same sort of insert as that one talked about the 27th. This talks about the 28th. So in-depth coverage of the show for that night. So yeah, I was totally happy to get those. When I got to the record store, I learned that Rhino has released uh, another Woodstock album, Woodstock 3. I saw a video a couple days ago where Jamie Cottle did an unboxing for Woodstock 50th anniversary CD box set. I think it had about 10 or 20 CDs and it had quite a few. And that one looked really good, but I didn't order that box set. But I am a big Woodstock fan. I've always been a fan. I've read several books about it. You know, I have the movie on DVD and stuff. So I was glad to get this one. I think this was just released. I think this just came out on the same day. So Woodstock 3, this is a 3-record set. The format is very much like what the original was like. Here's the original, you know, it says Woodstock, has the emblem there, and then the 3-record set. So it says the 3-record set. And the emblem very much alike. This one, you know, opened up into a triple gatefold, and this one does the same thing. This has a different picture, but the layout is very much the same. Pictures there of the people, the pasture. I assume that must have been before the festival started. So, yeah, 3-record set, so this is great. Here are the bands that are on here. I'll let you try to have a quick look at that. I had never heard of Burt Summer before. He does a song Jennifer on here. It sounds good. Incredible String Band is on here. I've heard of them, but never heard their music, so it's great to hear that. Melanie does a great version of Mr. Tambourine Man. Keith Hartley Band. I've heard of them, but never heard their music before. This is fantastic. I may need to check out some Keith Hartley Band now, because this song, Too Much Thinking, was great. Joe Cocker does a song called Hitchcock Railway. So that was good. Jefferson Airplane, Catch Joe and the Fish, Sly and the Family Stone, The Who. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Well, they also, I guess Rhino is really going all out in celebration of the, because they also put out Woodstock 4. So much like Woodstock 2 was just a 2-record set, but otherwise the same, you know, with the emblem up there and the number of records. Well, this is also a 2-record set, you know, with the emblem there. So, once again, very much the same type of layout with just some different pictures there. Here's the bands that are on this one. Yeah, so Jefferson Airplane, Wooden Ships takes up all of side 1, 21 minutes long. 10 years after, The Who, Butterfield Blues Band, Joe Cocker again, Arlo Guthrie, and Ravi Shankar with 18-minute song at the end. So I don't have any Ravi Shankar, so I was very happy to get that. So yeah, so celebrating 50th anniversary of Woodstock. We are, if you can hear in the background now, we're hearing some of Volume 3. That is Country Joe and the Fish. She, I guess Rhino sent some swag to go out with this stuff for people who bought it. So I also got this 7-inch single, Woodstock 50. One side of this is called Get Down Off That Tower, and the other side is called The Brown Acid Is Not Specifically Too Good. And this is just spoken word parts from the movie, some of the famous parts about trying to get people down off of a scaffold, and then also the parts about how the some of the acid wasn't necessarily all that good, or maybe Wavy Gravy came in and said maybe it wasn't all that bad either. I'm not really sure what the final verdict was on that. Also, bandana. So Woodstock 50 bandana. So that was cool. And a couple of buttons. Woodstock 50 button and Rhino button. So thanks very much for that, Rhino. Yeah, so that's it. So those are the 3 records that I picked up yesterday, you know, and here's the one that I'm most excited about. The just sounds incredible, this Grateful Dead record. The sound of it is as good as any record I've ever heard. The sound staging is just absolutely perfect. You can hear Tom Constantin back in the left corner. Jerry is just in front of him and a little bit more to the center. Bob is right over here. You know, it sounds like, you know, Phil's back here in this corner, and then you can hear 2 drummers back there. You can hear both of the drummers very clearly. You can very clearly tell what Bill Kreutzmann's playing and what the other drummer, Mickey Hart, is playing over here. So, yeah, these were recorded, yeah, like I said, with 16 track. They used them to record that live album, so they sound just awesome. So that's it for, that's all I have for this time. So I'll be interested to know if you have any thoughts on those. And, yeah, thanks for watching.